Yo guys, what is up? Today we got Gigguk. She doesn't love you. Let's go.
Sponsored by Girl Cafe Gun. The world of entertainment is an absolutely bizarre one, but one we can't seem to take our eyes off of. We can idolize celebrities, obsess over them, that sometimes it may seem like they are some unreachable objects that can be sold, objectified, and commodified. So much so that there are some of us that can forget that they are just like us. People. But what is it like behind all the lights and glamour? How much of what we're shown is based on lies and deceit? And what is it like to be one of these celebrities? Does your favorite girl really love you? Well, of course she doesn't, you delusional twat. Oshinoko is a manga that explores these exact topics. Now, for the longest time, I was one of those anime fans that would get confused whenever a new show would be announced and all these manga readers would scurry out and be hyped about it. But now, being in Japan, getting exposure to the hottest new titles, I think I finally found one. Oshinoko is a series where it's only a matter of time before this gets licensed, and it is too good to not get an anime adaptation eventually. And I'm just happy to be on the other side of the fence for once for that. So I just wanted to talk about this
gotta look out
today.
for it.
But before we get onto this series, I just wanted to talk about today's sponsor, Girl Cafe Gun. Let me tell you about Girl Cafe Gun.
Alright, I wouldn't skip this
sponsor.
sponsor.
It's got girls, it's got guns, and it also has a cafe. Probably. Girl Cafe Gun is a new action RPG that combines high-intensity third-person shooter gameplay with live 2D interactions and management systems that all look absolutely great. I was actually really impressed with the gameplay, which resembles the old-school top-down bullet hells, which not only tests your reflexes and mechanics, but you also need to manage your team comps and strategies going into different stages. But come on guys, we all know the real reason we're here. You've also got all these amazing girls you can collect with a diverse bonding system to get closer to the girls you like and increase your relationships with them. And don't forget, you get to run your own virtual cafe with them as well. It's a game that combines many different genres and systems, but you know what? It's like they cherry-picked all the little things I look for and put them into one game. You'll be dodging bullets one moment and then patting your waifu's head the next. So really, what more can you ask for? If, like me, this looks like everything you want in the game, then click the link in the description to try it out today. You can also use the code on screen right now for free gifts. Thank you again to Girl Cafe Gun for sponsoring today's video, and with that said, let's go back to talking about Oshinoko. It's one of those titles that is worth giving a chance just because of the names behind it, coming from the same artist that did Scum's Wish, written by the mangaka of Kaguya-sama. Because, while still writing and drawing Kaguya-sama, doing a weekly serialized manga which is famous for pushing many artists to their limits, Aka Akasaka was just like, let's start another one. But despite the names behind it, you wouldn't be able to get what this manga is about just by reading the synopsis or the beginning. I mean, this was my experience reading chapter 1. Okay, so we've got some idol story here, that's cool, and what the fuck? Gynecologist? What the fuck? Teen pregnancy? What the fuck? He's already dead? What the fuck? He's the baby now? What? Yeah, you heard that right. The main character is an idol-obsessed gynecologist who finds out that his favorite idol is pregnant, promises he's gonna deliver the baby, then gets fucking murdered by one of her obsessed fans, and then gets reborn as her fucking baby. I say again, what the fuck? I thought I was getting some idol manga, then by the end of chapter 1 I had enough physical whiplash to give me neck problems. And then the babies have memories of their past life and then they can talk and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Mushoku Tensei? Gynecologist reincarnation? Did I just stumble upon some fucking idol isekai? But trust me when I say this strange premise doesn't
We're
really
fitting new peak, boys. Idol fucking isekai. Let's go!
To do with what the series is actually about. Well, kinda. It's hard to explain. There is a major subplot I don't want to spoil, but the premise basically just gives this convoluted reason for Ai's son, Aqua, to become an actor and follow in his mother's footsteps, and starting his journey into the twisted world of show business. It's an unfiltered look at the Japanese entertainment industry from the eyes of the people working behind it. It's raw, it's real, and oftentimes it can get pretty dark, resulting in what I think is one of the most promising titles to be released in
the concept is interesting. This definitely has some good fucking potential to it.
Years. If anyone was a big fan of Act Age and, like me, was severely disappointed in what happened, then in many ways Oshinoko is my spiritual successor, showing people in the acting field, breaking down the talents and commitment it takes to be a successful actor.
But Skip Beat was very
unlike
lighthearted.
Act Age, this series isn't just limited to acting. Idols, reality shows, TV dramas, stage plays. The series takes you on a journey through the underbelly, behind the scenes of the Japanese entertainment industry, and shows you what it means to be the people behind the camera, up on that stage with hundreds or thousands of people cheering you on, what it takes to get there, and the effect it can have on any individual who finds themselves in that position. The manga doesn't pull any punches when it comes to its depiction of the modern entertainment landscape. Not to say it's all doom and gloom, I mean, come on, it's coming from the same author as Kaguya-sama, but it doesn't shy away with just showing things for what they are. The series literally starts off dismantling the idol industry, openly embracing the entire industry as a facade, a fake image sold by how talented the stars on stage are at being liars. Ai Hoshino's whole existence is in a world of lies. Her lies to her audience is her form of love. It is a lie we buy into, and not only does the series straight up tell you that, but it can celebrate it as well. No matter what sector of entertainment it explores, it never stops reminding you that show business is a show business. Everything is deception, everything is marketable, everything can become a commodity. But underneath the surface, the real strength in the series is Aka Akasaka's ability to write sympathetic characters. Behind the fame and glamour are real people, people that have to live in this world of deception, people who have to deal with the pressures of being constantly judged not only by their audience, but the industry they work in. What I love is that, aside from maybe the main character, how human everyone feels. Everyone has all these little insecurities and anxieties that you can relate to, and these only get enhanced by working in the entertainment industry. To say that entering the cutthroat world of show business won't be detrimental to your mental health is a bit like saying entering the JoJo fandom will leave you with an unsucked dick. And the manga doesn't pull any punches when exploring the effects of this industry on the talent's mental health. It humanizes these inhuman idols. It makes you see the twisted world they have to live in, and one thing that impressed me the most was that it did it in a way that's all the more relevant right now. Traditional celebrity culture has thankfully been on the decline in recent years. We can all see that they are all also human. Some of them have flaws, and a lot of them are very, very out of touch with the current times. And we can all agree that paparazzis are below dung beetles in the social hierarchy. Alright, maybe that was a bit harsh. Dung beetles are actually good for the environment. But in the place of that has been the rise of the social media celebrity. Before, celebrity figures might have felt like they were up on this pedestal, untouchable and unreachable. But now, some of the most influential figures have never been more relatable, more seemingly in reach. And thankfully, the author seems to be very in touch with the modern landscape, because social media plays a massive part in many of these stories. I was pleasantly surprised when I saw stories about people trying to become successful YouTubers and Instagrammers and TikToks, because I was like, yeah, now you're coming in my neck of the woods. It was surreal seeing a manga that was basically centered around my career and industry, and coming from the inside, seeing these stories based around influences and their culture, it does a fucking great job. Alright, I'm about to go on a tangent that doesn't seem like it has anything to do with anything, but trust me, I do have a point, and it does relate back to this fucking manga. Alright, here's a little secret I really hope won't come back to bite me in the ass in the future by admitting. I often wonder how I would handle getting cancelled. Okay, this is not to fucking say that I sit in front of a mirror rehearsing.
Bro, I'm not even on, and I think about, damn, what's it like for these people that get cancelled to get cancelled?
Nor do I think there's anything I've done which I'm scared is going to get exposed and I'm going to have to apologize about. But as a YouTuber whose career is tied to my online presence,
Gigguk doesn't do his anime in minutes anymore. Fucking cancel him.
and image,
Until he obviously returns with anime in minutes.
cancel culture and how to properly manage that has become a massive factor in my job. It can be something that ends careers, or it can be something that you brush off and move on from. But regardless, no one is immune to its effect, no matter how much you think someone is uncancelable. Let's talk about apology
Most critical's uncancelable.
videos, for example.
No one's
If you think
cancelling
about it,
Moist.
apology videos should be a simple affair. Someone does something wrong, so they apologize, and then people forgive them, or they don't. But nowadays, people getting cancelled and creative apologies have become so commonplace that it's almost become a cliche. Good apologies, bad apologies. Over time, we've been exposed to the entire fucking spectrum, so much so that you could even say that there's even a fucking meta for YouTuber apology videos that we can break down, parody, and sometimes even rank. And that's because apology videos aren't about being sorry.
It's about
It's about
being caught
winning
for being
back
sorry.
public favor. It's PR. even if the person is actually...
Wait, what did I just say? Fucking... No, their apology videos are just, I'm not sorry, it's, I'm sorry I got caught. I'm sorry you didn't like this. They're not fucking sorry.
Sorry. Like, if I had to make an apology video, regardless of if I was being genuine or not, it's actually irrelevant. Because all that's important is about making you believe that I'm being genuine. And unfortunately, being genuine and trying to convince a mass audience that you are being genuine are two entirely different things. Now, this may seem like a strange tangent to go on that may look like I have a weird obsession about the thought of getting cancelled, but that's because I was astonished when I saw Oshinoko dealing with this exact topic. Not only does it portray what happens when you're just flooded with hate comments that puts you in this self-destructive loop you can't escape from, that gives you this suffocating feeling which I can never truly describe in words to someone who hasn't been in that same position, but it also addresses how fickle public opinion can be and how easily it can sway, and even the tactics and strategies you can use to sway it to your side and game the system. They have a full-on Death Note style breakdown of the mechanics of getting cancelled and how to uncancel yourself, and I was absolutely amazed reading this because some of this stuff was exactly the same stuff I've thought about, because that's just what the ecosystem has become. So the biggest compliment I can give...
That's how Death Note would work now in the year 2021 if it was to come out now. It's L trying to cancel Light and Light trying to figure out how to uncancel himself.
Someone working on the other side of the industry is that Oshinoko was pretty spot on with its portrayal. It managed to make a super compelling story arc out of it and made me feel not like a psychopath for thinking this deeply about getting cancelled.
I made a severe...
This is just one of the story arcs that the manga has dealt with in the many facets of Japanese entertainment, and regardless of if I've been as familiar with them as this example, so far they've all been as equally compelling and, as far as I can tell, as equally well researched. Right now, there are only 5 volumes out in Japan, so it's still very early days, but
Oh, it's gonna be a
only
while
see
till we get an
this
anime
growing in strength.
adaptation.
There are so many facets it still could explore. I mean, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if there was an arc about VTubers in the future, with how much Aka Akasaka is in touch with the modern entertainment landscape. Also, for the record, Kanae's best girl. I've claimed her. Back off, weebs. Keep an eye out for this title in the future, because if I was a betting man, this is getting an anime adaptation one day. And yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. This is a great manga, so let's just go straight to the outro. Thank you again to Girl Cafe Gun for sponsoring me today. As you can see, I am back in Japan. This video was not pre-recorded at all. I literally started working the moment I landed. You know what? I'm just happy to be doing more manga videos, so I'll probably do more in the future.
Joey's just turning him into a manga man now.
Also, not taking a break from doing things after I've landed, but I'm going to be moving next month. I'm planning to change a lot with my studio, upgrading my desk, and possibly doing a new background, so look forward to that. So yeah, that is my month of October sorted, and I'll hopefully have time to make videos in between all that. Until then though, I'm happy to be back. I've been Gigguk, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.
Oh, sweat.